Hello, everybody, and I'm here to talk about that. Not only did I see The Room, but I also saw the new movie that's coming out, The Disaster Artist. Now these were free screenings thanks to GoFobo. I got an email from them says sign up to watch The Room. I was like, oh man, it's that crappy movie I heard so much about. Yeah, I'll go see it. Well, I wasn't really that interested in it because I know how bad it was. I've seen internet reviews. So I was willing to give the passes away, but nobody was really interested in it, I guess. So I went, and it was actually a lot of fun. Not the movie itself, but just being in the environment. Because before you go in, they give you these little cards with sayings you could say, and then there's also give you some plastic spoons you could throw, and there's a football you could toss around. So I had a little card with the sayings. I thought I left it on my desk, but I'm not seeing it before this recording, so I must have dropped it or moved it somewhere. So I gotta say that was pretty cool. Like some of the sayings is you hear Mark saying, "I'm Johnny's best friend," and then everybody yells, "Was," and then some other stuff. Apparently, it's stuff that's been doing their midnight screenings, which I didn't know they were doing midnight screenings, but now I do, and I gotta say, they're a lot of fun. See the spoons in the picture frames, you throw your spoons. There's a football thrown around. You can just throw around when they're playing their football. But the movie was total crap. I'll happily never see it again. But the event was fun. And then after, oh, this is of course the room showing was to promote Disaster Artist coming up. So before was a little bit of James Franco and Tommy Wiseau talking, and there's also I think a trailer to Disaster Artist. And afterwards they've had some more of them talking about them doing the movies, about one doing their movie and the other one talk about his movie. And then as we walked out, we got these little flyers to get see a free screening of Disaster Artist 10 days later on November 10th. So I mean November 20th, so November 10th we saw The Room. And so that was totally worth it right there because two free movies for the price of one. and one of the early screening too. And by the time you watch this, the Disaster Artist will be in theaters everywhere tomorrow. But it's like theaters right now. But I just felt like I had to say something so I could give out my 2 cents to it. So we went back to see the Disaster Artist 10 days later, and it was a great movie. Maybe just really good, but I don't know. I think it was very great. It was a movie that, as I told the studio people as I was leaving, The Room I'll happily never see again. But Disaster Artist is a movie that I will buy on Blu-ray when it comes out for my collection. So, yeah, James Franco and his brother Dave Franco, they played off each other very well. And not that I've ever known Tommy Wiseau or Greg, Greg, the other guy from The Room. But I've seen a couple interviews with them that I thought that they played them very well with their mannerisms and their looks. And of course, this is Disaster Artist movie is based on Disaster Artist book, which is a telling from a Mark about about Greg, sorry, as he was telling the story behind the scenes of the making of The Room. So of course, I knew that there was going to be some details that they made up or exaggerated or downplayed in this movie that was in the book and also that actually happened. And I heard some other reviews about it like that. Yeah, they did change quite a bit and stuff, and just make it more movie and streamlined like. But I thought it was a very good movie. I mean, sure, there's a couple of reviewers say that's not really worthy of awards, but I think that it is. The definite must see too, because wow, it's just something. And it was it directed? I think it was starred, directed, somewhat written by James Franco, and it was beautifully done, I thought. And for somebody who wasn't planning to read the book, but hearing about the audiobook, I'll probably get that. This is give me some good insight on how the movie was made and what it was like making it. And I just gotta say that, of course, the one major nitpick I've been hearing, and I gotta agree to it, is the beard on Dave Franco's face in the beginning. It was total fake. You can see the plastic line where it wasn't fully attached on. But later on in the movie, the beard does look more real, which I think it probably was because they did a shaving scene. So I just want to say that it was crap at the beginning, but it did look a lot better later on before they shaved it. Maybe it was CGI. They did a reverse Superman thing. But yeah, Disaster Artist was very enjoyable. And of course, they said at the beginning of the movie, if you throw spoons, pick them up, which they didn't say that we had to pick them up last time. They said throw spoons, and so we did. I don't know if it's because this is a screening of the actual movie, not the room, or because the theater got angry last time spoons were thrown. But that happened, and as people, well, yeah, there was a little clip before Disaster Artist of, I think there was a clip of James and Tommy Wiseau talking. But one thing to keep in mind is stay until after the other credits. There's a little clip of Tommy Wiseau's cameo in the movie. So, yeah. And then as we were leaving the... Oh, yeah, there's also, after the film, they were showing the scenes side by side of the original Room scenes and the ones they recreated for the Disaster Artist, and they were very well done. Timing was a little off in some, but the acting I thought was really good and perfect. And as we left the theaters, the studio reps were taking our comments, and as we give comments, we get a free item, a T-shirt or a poster, a little pen with a planet that says Tommy's World on it, or Tommy's Planet, like that's in the movie. Would have been a cute little thing to have. I think I'd rather have the T-shirt, but guy grabbed one right before I could grab the last one. But I did get a little sheet of stickers got sitting over there. I'm going to stick them on something. Says, "Oh, hi, doggy," and great, cheap, 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 and some of the other famous lines from the movie. But I gotta say, Disaster Artist, that's not sure it's not a perfect movie, but it was a very good and great movie. It makes you feel what the movie wants you to feel, and it gives you some insight on the room, even though it may not be, it's definitely not 100% accurate, but it gets in the ballpark from what I hear. And of course, if you want to learn more about the Room and Disaster Artist, go read or listen to the book Disaster Artist, watch the original Room, watch some interviews and stuff. And of course, watch the Disaster Artist as it comes out on December 8th. I'm sure that you'll enjoy it one way or another. It is very funny and a lot of comedic, and some as movie celebrities do appear in it in a small and not so minor roles too. So that's what I wanted to say about Disaster Artist and the Room screenings. I want to thank the A24 Studios for doing these. I had fun, and I can't wait to see more of your movies in the future. Which, funny note, at the beginning of the Room, a woman that was sitting next to me, she thought that we were going to watch another movie from A24 Studios called Room. Something about a mother and kid living in a basement or something. But her friend next to her said, "Oh no, this is a totally different thing. This is The Room." So it's just funny to hear about that. And of course, there's a lot of movies nowadays that have the same titles, and so she thought that this was that. So just want to say thank you for watching.